Hey, how is it going? My name is Niger Chambers of Big Gold Belt Media. Y'all, it is a pleasure to talk to you today. We are so excited and so hyped for the Wheel of Time season 2. Listen, I have to say, and anybody that's a fan of mine and any reviews of content I know knows I love when it talking to stunt coordinators because this is what I'm all about. And when your resume, you've been a part of some of the biggest projects, some of the biggest scenes, and the Wheel of Time 2 absolutely sits in that same breath of air right there. This season is crazy. Absolutely. This season is crazy. I want to start by asking you, when you knew you were coming back for this season, you knew that the whole narrative across the board was we're taking things bigger. The stakes are bigger. The action is elevated. What was your level of excitement?
Well, it was great. It was, of course, like as a stand, you always want to do more, and you always, kind of sad when they say, "Oh, we don't have time for this. Can you make it shorter? Can you cut the fight down?" And all that stuff, which happens a lot. Like it happens a
Yeah.
lot, especially on a TV show when the time like it's very limiting and you need to achieve a lot of things. So of course, like coming to the season and knowing that all the characters are back and more knowing that we need to step up and do a lot more, I was like, okay, hopefully like that's gonna be good for us and we're gonna be busy and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I was peeping down the IMDb page and I saw that you were credited for essentially a cameo last season. Is that in fact true? Were you actually in front of the camera in the scene?
I was in season one,
Season
actually.
one, yeah.
Season one, yes, I was in the opening scene. Yeah, I was one of the old men running, and I was just the vision of the young man that was killed. At the
Yeah.
beginning of that time.
I didn't even realize that. I got to go back and watch it, which ultimately brings me to my question is, do you have any cameo scenes in this season?
No, 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 no. I think in this season I had no time really. Like we were so busy, so
Yeah.
to go step off the coordinating and be in front of like I just we didn't have time for that.
Yeah.
Maybe,
um,
maybe in the future we'll see.
yeah, absolutely. I'll be for it. I want to talk about Daniel, who I think really sets the tone very early in the season with a scene as we get introduced to our new protagonist or antagonist in this film in this series, excuse me, with the Forsaken. Can you talk about working with him between these two seasons now? And again, talking about your resumes, you've worked with some of the best in Hollywood. I would also say that Daniel needs to be in these discussions. Could you talk about your relationship and really having him be the person who sets the bar and the tone for this season?
All of the like Daniel, like you can see on screen like how dedicated he is like, and he does, I would say, 99% of all his stunts and fights and everything. He just wants to do it, and he's physically fit. He works really hard, so he's definitely prepared. Like he would definitely do all his stunts if we didn't have to kind of say, okay, we need to step it out because if something happened, we would have to stop the filming or something. So it's not because you can't do it. We know you can, but because we kind of need to look at the bigger picture and like make sure that we can keep going. So sometimes you wish they would allow to do it, but yeah, like he is, he works really hard, really, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I want to ensure that getting the fans hyped for this season. Could you talk about a particular scene or a particular moment that you're most proud about? Kind of reeling the curtains back, whether it is the choreography or whether it's just the complete structure of the scene. Could you talk about anything that the fans certainly want to keep an eye out for that you're most proud about for the season?
I think, like of course, like the end of the episode one, when you see Daniel doing a lot of fighting and stuff, it's great. And then we got the battle coming, right, the next episode, and we're just gonna introduce a lot more characters in action, which is very exciting. So I think, I still really love it. And it feels like it progresses and it keeps just growing during the season. And I don't want to spoil anything, but we're gonna see some ILs in action, and we're gonna see like big battle coming and stuff with the characters doing their fight. And so I think I don't want to spoil anything. Like you're gonna have to watch it.
That's exactly how I feel. Absolutely. I just want to quickly give a shout out to Marcus. He really holds it down in the particular scene as well, too. But Jan, you're entirely right. This season, one episode after another, it just continues to elevate, elevate, and elevate. And I am so excited for folks to check out A Wheel of Time season 2. It's going to be on Prime TV September 1st. Jan, thank you so much for your time today.